Imagine walking into your new home. The light is perfect, the layout just works, and the building, it feels like you. Now imagine realizing 3 months in that you can hear every footstep above you. Your living room is unusable because there is a random column and there's a bug problem no one warned you about. Picking the wrong apartment is easy and expensive. But in this video, I'll help you avoid that trap and find a space that actually fits your life. Coming up, I'm going to walk you through how to tell if an apartment is actually the right fit for your lifestyle, not just based on looks, but how it lives. The subtle factors and red flags most people miss, the ones that could make or break your comfort and resale value. And lastly, what to check outside the unit itself, because the building matters just as much as the apartment inside it. If you're serious about finding a home that fits you now and makes sense long term, this is the guide you need before you tour another place. I once had a buyer who bought in a brand new development in Burnhill. Gorgeous unit, built by a well-known, respected developer. Everything looked amazing, from the finishes to the common areas, but right before closing, the AC wasn't working properly. The seller promised to fix it. Fast forward 3 years later, the building is now suing the developer. Turns out that the mechanicals were never designed correctly, and the heating and cooling has never worked right in many of the units. That's why I always tell my clients, don't just trust how something looks. Not all apartments are created equal. And in this video, I'll show you how to evaluate the stuff that really matters. Let's start with the most important thing, how it actually feels to live there. Just because it looks great online doesn't mean it works in real life. You want to check for natural light, the layout, privacy, and street noise. Is there a random column that kills the living room? Are you on a low floor with no light? Is the layout chopped or hard to furnish? This is where how to pick the right apartment starts. It's not about the finishes, it's about how it feels to live there. But it's not just about the unit itself. The building you're in has just as much impact on your quality of life. The building is half the experience. Are the hallways clean? Is there a smell near the trash room? Any signs of pests like roaches, rodents, bed bugs? Is it a pre-war building? Well, expect to hear a neighbor's footsteps above you. A beautiful apartment in a poorly managed building is still a bad experience. Maintenance matters. Okay, so now you're thinking about both the apartment and the building. But how do you actually decide what matters most and what you can live without? Ask yourself, what do I care about most? Is it quiet? Is it light? Closet space? A pet-friendly policy? A short commute? You won't get everything, but you should know what you won't compromise on. Make that list before you tour. Now that you've got your priorities straight, let's talk about the things that should immediately raise red flags. Bad layout, no privacy, no natural light, facing directly into another unit, or worse, next to the trash room or elevator, stuck windows, weird smells, peeling paint. These are clues, and usually they mean something bigger is going on. And if you think that these things only happen in older, worn-out buildings, let me remind you about my client in Borum Hill. Everything looked amazing until the systems failed. The mechanicals were never designed right, and 3 years later, the building is still dealing with it. That's the danger of falling for the surface. Don't be blinded by design. Check how it lives. So yes, you can walk into a place that looks amazing, but if you're not evaluating it like a pro, you might miss something that turns into a big problem later. Now that you know how to pick the right apartment, the next step is figuring out if it's actually a smart buy. Because 2 apartments can look nearly identical, same size, same finishes, but one's overpriced and the other's a hidden gem. Go watch this next video.